There we go. Thank you, Big J. I just hit the broadcast button, so I assume that people will be rolling in soon. You roll this down a little bit. Maybe not that much. There's Blackie probably messaging me on how to do it. All right, cool. Now, hey guys, someone's got to help me. How do I put the link out there? Hi, Sandy. How's it going? I need to know how to put the link. Sorry, guys. I am figuring this out. We're going to see about getting a link out there. Copy the StreamYard page address bar. Thank you, Blackie. Hi, Kiwi. And there you go if you want to join. All right, I see Griffin.
Hey.
Hey, Griffin, how's it going, buddy?
That's going pretty good.
Yeah, I was hoping Redfish, Bluefish would go on a bit longer. I was in McDonald's drive-through line. I ate in like literally 2 minutes.
Yeah,
What's going on with you, man?
Not a whole lot.
How long you been home for?
Well,
or are you still working?
Yes, it was the last day for 2 weeks.
All right.
We got 2 days off because of Good Friday.
Hey, Nathan, how's it going?
Mommy, don't go.
I have the link out there if you want to join.
Mommy, don't go.
Oh, there we go, sir.
There he is.
Cheers, buddy. Cheers.
Hi, fellas. G'day.
What's going on, Blackie?
Oh, should be doing a list of jobs as long as my arm, but here I am.
Ow! Ow!
How are you fellas going?
Pretty good.
I've got work tomorrow, and I'm all right with it since my little one's with her mother. So I was trying to get some time off. My daughter has acute asthma, and the doctor said that they don't subscribe to or prescribe time off for that. Because fortunately, with my work, I can get some paid time off, but has to have a doctor's note.
Bloody red tape.
Yeah. And this is the one time my company is actually halfway decent.
They let you do it anyway.
Really?
No. We actually get some paid time off. That's the halfway decent part.
Right. Just
And that's
Just
for if your
agree.
kid has a school closure or daycare. What I'm getting from everyone is I have the one daycare that seems to be open. Hey, Jason, how's it going? Thanks for coming by. And thank you for watching my stream earlier, man. It's not too often that people actually watch your streams. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much. And I mean after the fact, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, Blackie. I want to put a stream together where we have some sort of drinking game, but every drinking game I can think of makes it kind of difficult when you're not in person.
Yeah.
yeah. So well, plenty of time for thinking, planning, plotting. Redfish, Bluefish, Big J, how are you, fellas?
Hey, Tampa Tom, thanks for coming by.
It's always interesting to catch Jace's streams with his tissue culture and stuff because it's it's something that I potentially won't get much of an opportunity to do. So to do something like that vicariously through someone else is always entertaining.
Yeah.
So yeah, I finally have this thing sumped. You can see my return right there.
Cool.
I decided not to go with dual returns because I wasn't sure the overflow box I purchased would handle me wanting to purchase a more powerful pump. And after looking it up, I found that it wouldn't. And the reason I would want a more powerful pump, because the reason for me wanting dual returns would be to have another one about this high on the other side. That way, instead of doing a wave maker, I could just have dual returns making a full motion. And I definitely see the reduction in flow from having two Aquaclear 110s on there to having this runs at about 1,100 gallons per hour. But I have it going at half speed. I'm kind of wishing I would have went with a larger overflow box.
Where's your overflow box? Oh, the whole thing. Ah, right. I see. Down the other end. Gotcha.
Yeah. And unfortunately, because this is a whole it came with the stand and all, I was only able to fit a 29-gallon tank under there for a sump.
Yeah, right.
All
So you
the
don't
verticals,
want to
and that was removing one of the verticals, which I'll get up and show everyone in a bit. Wait to see how many people roll in. Hey, Jesse, how's it going?
Hey, Jesse.
I'd say.
The link is in there if anyone wants to join. I don't think it should have been deleted yet. If you need me to repost it, let me know.
I'll be right back.
All right. So, Blackie, you foresee yourself ever coming to the States?
Oh, I'd like to do that one day, I think. Time will tell.
Because I think I've met just about every one of the so-called larger YouTubers that I really truly care to meet. I mean, some of the other people are like cool if I meet them, cool if I don't, but for the most part, it's some of the smaller people I really want to meet now. And you, sir, are definitely one of them. Not that you're small, just you're not quite into the, what is it, millions or hundreds of thousands, whatever it is.
I'd like to believe that if I have any relative success on this platform, I'd like to think that it wouldn't change me as a person. Because I think we've all seen people go through changes.
I definitely like to. I've always said, although I never play the lottery, I've always said I'd hope that I'd never change who I am if I ever won or ever somehow came into money. All I really care to have personally is to be able to travel somewhat. That way, especially now, I can go meet people like you that I couldn't meet if I was just to stay here. Although I think I'd have to do that, and then if it was big enough winnings, have people like you fly over here too, because that way we can hang out as a Big Fish fan. But honestly, I don't know. So honestly, I never hope I win. I never hope I come into that much money because I have a feeling that it would change me, even though I wouldn't want it to.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's easy to say when you're not in that position, isn't it?
It is, man. It is. And that's why I quite simply just don't want it. I mean, some more money would be nice, but not muku buku bucks. Oh, let's see. Maybe I can see it now that I'm actually live. There we go. How can I see the comments? Trying to see the comments here real quick. Can you see the comments when you're not signed in, guys?
You should be able to, yeah. I did know. I noticed when I went into when I first went into Redfish Bluefish stream just before the chat wouldn't load up for me, so I had to close it and reopen it. All I was getting was a grey screen, but the second time around it opened up for me, no worries.
Oh, there we go. That's how I can do some. See what's actually going on live. There we go. Thank you, Bob. How's it going, Bob? Thank you for coming in.
Hey, Bob.
G'day, Bob.
There we go. I just wanted to have it pulled up on YouTube as well. Although it's really not too bad of a lag, is it? Hey, Bob. You don't have to by any means, but I would feel quite honored if you wanted to come up. Just let me know. So, have you guys had any projects going on in your fish room? Or with your fish? Or in your homes in general?
Trying to breed my fest, eh?
Trying to get my fish growed out.
Right now, it is whatever this is. I usually was making it, but I'm really trying to quit, so I decided to stop buying supplies to make it because I don't think I'd quit if I kept buying it. So that's actually down to 3 milligrams of nicotine, and I'm struggling.
Struggling to quit or struggling to get enough into you?
Struggling to get enough into me to quit, especially at this time. And work has got me going crazy. Sometimes I do jobs that I don't feel are necessary, just for the fact that I could stay outside of someone's home rather than having to return that ticket and chance getting like a repair where I have to go in someone's home. I'm trying to stay out by any means.
Yeah.
So if I happen to get an older person, I am going to let them know, hey, I was sick just like, a few days ago. You probably don't want me in your home.
Better to be safe than illness.
Yep. That's like work where I work at. They shut down third shift. Then they moved third shift to first and second shift. So it pretty much double second shift crew. So,
Does that also mean that you've got a lot more people on the site at once?
yeah. We went from 16 people to over 30 on second. That don't make no sense.
Exactly what I was saying.
Compound 2 and 3, I won both of them. And they, like, one panel, it's like, you got like, say it's an office, you have one panel right there for 2, the other one will be right there for 3. Okay, so they put a plastic curtain rod this way and one going this way. It's like, really? How's that going to help? Just don't make no sense.
I guess a lot of the stuff that companies and businesses are doing might not necessarily be terribly functional, but at least they give that appearance like they're trying to conform to what they must do.
Man, especially with corporations, all it really is trying to say, well, we tried.
Just have that little box checked off.
Yeah. Like we have one not so cool supervisor that really tries to make you still do everything. And the rest of them are like, nah, dude, fuck him. No, don't go. Don't do it. What? They sniffled? No, get the fuck out of there. Hey, Nathan. The other Nathan.
G'day, Nath. Other Nath.
Alright, I will be right back. Griffin, keep everyone entertained for me because I need another drink.
All right. I'm going after those monsters again.
What time is it where you are, Griff?
11:11.
11:11
PM.
1.
Yeah, I'm still from the past.
Cheers.
Yep.
All right, so. Oh, Sand Creek, I'm sorry, buddy. I don't know how long you've been there.
Oh, I just got back there. You're good.
Oh, all right, man.
He's probably
Cool.
back there for 20
I've been
minutes
drinking
now.
just a little bit already, so I ain't exactly too good to pay that much attention.
No, you're good. I haven't been back there long. I went and put a shirt on and got me something to drink. Come back and got on.
You mean he didn't want to play a blackie on us?
No, I would if I didn't have I would if I didn't have cubes hanging out my chest. I don't have cubes hanging. Blackie don't have cubes hanging out his chest. He just has noobs.
Should I show the picture you sent to me earlier, Blackie? Just so everyone can see you shirtless?
Oh, well, it
Hey,
doesn't have
Nathan,
my
speak
picture,
for
does it? It's probably best to leave it into their
All
imagination.
is good.
It's not
Let's
every
just
day.
say, I got it in the restroom, all right, guys?
it's not every
Later,
day.
Jesse. Thanks for popping by, man.
See ya, Jesse. Yeah, it's not every day I share.
Later, Jesse.
Oh, bro, if you're literally just out for dinner, I'm sure we will be.
Yeah, he usually don't take that long, about 30, 40 minutes.
All right, good night.
And that stream I was in just a second ago when I was listening to your stream, but I was in another stream and I'd never been in it before. Man, they was making me hungry. That's talking about all kind of smoked food and bourbon chicken and banana pudding and sweet potato pie. I was about to starve to death.
Man. Yeah, I'm really trying to get out of work, guys. I'm terrified of bringing something home to my daughter, even though she's slightly asthmatic. Now that I'm hearing of supposedly healthy people not making it, I'm pretty terrified. I just want some time off to smoke a brisket and stay
So
home with my kid.
Can you stay home?
Nah, I called the doctor today and they wouldn't give me the time. They said unless she's showing symptoms, which I suppose like she's coughing. It's worth a try.
So Blackie, that stream you was in the other day on Instagram, man, that guy's getting bashed a lot. I mean, I ain't never had anything against the guy.
Are you talking about Joey, Nathan?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Blackie, were you there for the bashing?
Yeah.
I've heard it more than one stream though, not just that one you're talking about.
All right. I was there just a little bit before the bashing, and there was quite a bit of trolling going on. I don't know how much trolling that guy actually did, but everybody's treating him like he's a kid. He's not a kid. He's 17. And I don't know about you guys, but at 17 years old, if a 35-year-old man called me a kid, I would have punched him in the mouth and probably got my teeth knocked in for it, but I would have still punched him in the mouth.
He's only 17.
Yeah,
the kid was 17. But the big thing, too, also, he could have hit exit at any time. He was 17. You cannot say he did not know how to exit the stream.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the one doing the bashing, not Joey? Joey ain't no 17, is he?
No. Oh, no. He's 30-something years old. He's probably close to my age, maybe a little older.
Well, that
but
makes
I met him
sense.
in person. He was pretty cool in person. I mean, I can't say any more than that.
I mean, I don't watch his live streams, and I have seen some of them, but I don't follow him. But I mean, he seems like he's full of energy, and of course, he don't hide the fact that he's a recovering addict, and you know, he seems like he's got it going on if he just keep doing what he's doing.
Do you want to say anything, Blackie? It's all right if you don't, man.
No, I was just wondering if we're talking about the same guy, because I don't think Joey talks about being a recovering addict, does he?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, he does, bro.
Yeah, he
Oh,
does.
he? Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lets it be known. That was one of his big videos about how he went
But
to
now
jail. He was a recovering addict
he's been
and
in recovery
all
for a
that.
while. I mean, I think he
Well,
done some prison time over it, did he not?
Oh, he's prison
Once
time.
an addict, you're always in recovery unless you're in remission.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
His
I'm
prison-
struggling with it
prison
too,
time
and I
was,
don't try to hide it. I mean, I love my drink, and I like to drink by myself. I don't like to drink with a lot of people, but right now, I'm focused on getting my family back, my wife back, and it doesn't bother me to see other people drink. Like I said, I'm a loner drinker. I like to drink by myself. So, but I would appreciate all your thoughts and support to help me get through this. So,
One day at a time, Nath. Seems like you've got
Yeah.
the light at the end of the tunnel is your family, so you just got to stay focused on that, I guess.
yeah, you're right, Mike.
Certainly the best motivation.
Griffin, that used to be my favorite drink is Mountain Dew, and I can't stand any kind of soft drink anymore.
Yeah. It's all I ever drank besides water.
I don't like water, but I drink a lot. I drink mostly lemonade and sweet tea.
I
Yeah.
could see that, Bob. Sorry, guys. I could see that, Bob. I even told him it's time for Joey to go to bed when I saw him drunk and before he did the bashing. He was kind of getting out of hand. I don't know if you saw this, Blackie, but one of the things I didn't like is he was talking shit on Corey from Aquarium Co-op.
I don't think I saw that bit.
Yeah, before that, you know, the guy was very drunk. He was talking a lot of crap about him, talking a lot of crap about basically all the big YouTube guys. He also mentioned Paul Cafaro by name, saying that they just copy him.
Is this particular guy? Does he have a channel?
Which one?
The one that was doing all the bashing. Does he have a channel?
Yes, the king
It's
of
the king,
DIY.
bro.
No. The one that was bashing him.
No. The
No, I don't think so.
with no shirt and the beard at the end of it.
I mean, we've all done it. We've all said things we regret, especially when we've been drinking. You know, and the thing about it is the kid can make it right if he would.
Well, Joey actually put out another video where he was live streaming with the kid again, where the kid was basically asking all the people making a big deal out of it not to and just drop it because ultimately it's not ruining Joey any. It's just going to ruin the kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, he's not one part. I mean, no, he's not going to hurt Joey.
No.
But it would mean a lot. I'm sure that Joey would talk to him if he would message him on Facebook or something and just apologize. And I mean,
Yeah,
it would mean a lot to me if
No.
someone bashed me and then they come back 2 or 3 days later and apologize.
That's
They
what I
had a-
mean. The very next day, they had a or they were chatting together.
Yeah, they had a video call on Instagram, and then Joey included it in his last video that he put out. Oh, second to
Yeah,
last.
but he blurred them out.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah,
How
if
you
you
doing,
watch
Tom?
Joey's
Good to see
video,
you.
like I'm canceled or something like that, it's that one.
Hey, let me add, this is changing the subject completely, and maybe that's what we need to do. But how bad is it suck not having that go to person's channel on the
Yeah.
By
That's
the
Oh,
night.
it does, man. Hey, Melvin, thanks for coming. And that's totally cool, Bob. I understand, man. I mean, I wouldn't be sour at anyone for unsubbing to them or not wanting to watch them or anything like that. It's to each their own. You know, we all make our own decisions. My big thing is not forcing my decisions on anyone else.
How you doing, Melvin?
G'day, Melbourne. But yeah, that used to be the absolute best and the easiest way just to go and check out other people's channels was just
Yeah. And now
click
you have to like copy and paste in
Mm.
another window, unless somebody
Yeah.
puts the link up.
Hey, Melvin.
Do you think it's a glitch, or do you think they actually removed it?
Dude,
Well,
they probably removed it.
I heard a theory
Um,
this morning that it's to assist in preventing bots from turning
Yeah,
through
that's what I
other
heard.
channels.
That's what I heard too.
It's potentially just some other way to slow people's growth down as well, I guess. So can't go into streams and stuff and, you know, make those subtle hints to check my channel out, and people can just check it out that easy. So potentially they're just making people work that little bit harder to go and find channels.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah,
the
and we
same
all
thing,
know how
like,
lazy people can be, so it's gonna work.
Yeah, and realistically, YouTube, sure, it wants people using the platform, but it's already a massive platform around the world, so they don't necessarily want to encourage too many people to grow, so that they end up paying more money out to people each month.
Hi, Teresa. Thanks for coming.
Hello,
So,
Trace. I didn't see you come in. I'm sorry.
Hey,
yeah,
David. I didn't see you. I'm sorry.
Hey, Teresa.
essentially they've got to run it like a business. The less money they have to spend out on paying people works out better for them. So it's, you know, in their best interest to slow growth down.
Yeah.
But grow the bigger channels, you know, because it's easier. It's easier for them to write one check a month than it is to write 50-cent checks or something for ad support or something.
Yeah. Even though I would imagine that whole process is automated, it's probably
I'm
still
sure it is.
it's a expense that they can narrow down a bit. Teresa Cookie, how are you? David's Fish Tanks, how are you, David? Welcome aboard.
Cheers, Dave. Cheers.
You got any new projects going, Blackie, or anybody?
Been working in my veggie garden.
Yeah, it's getting that time here. It's supposed to have been cold tonight, but it's hot here to me.
It's hot here today. It's supposed to be the middle of autumn.
We're supposed to have
This
bad
is the
storms tomorrow
Fourth day in
evening.
a row it was raining for me. I took Wednesday off. I normally have Thursdays off, and then I took today off as well, just because I don't want to end up sick again at a time like this.
No, right now it's not a time you want to be around the hospital.
No,
No.
even though that would give me the time off I'd like from work, I don't want it off being sick.
Yeah, because I mean, the way I understand it, this is if you catch this, it ain't no joke. No matter
No.
how strong you are. I want to get
Spitting?
my tubs out and get them started going, so that they can be good and cycled by the time it. Of course, I could put some fish out now because I mean, it's getting up in the 80s and 90s during the day, upper 50s. Put some fish out now.
Yeah, lots of fish can handle those nighttime swings.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you have enough time during the day for it to warm the water back up.
Couple of big rocks in the tubs to insulate, hold a bit of heat.
You guys ready for me to show my sump on this tank here?
Sure are.
Is that the one you want the other overflow box for?
Yep, one of them. I'm doing overflow boxes on all the glass tanks, and I drilled my 2 acrylic tanks.
Oh,
How did the acrylic drilling go? Was it as stressful as glass?
Oh man, I don't know, because I didn't I've never drilled a glass tank, but I imagine no, because you use a wood bit.
Ah,
So it's really not a and I have quite a bit experience woodworking. So I knew not to just, go with it full force.
let the tool
Yeah.
do the work.
Yeah.
good sharp bit helps too.
I'm really not sure how to put myself full screen. Solo layout. Is that what I clicked, Blackie?
You what?
To make myself full screen? Under
Yeah,
myself?
just click the picture that has one person in it.
Solo layout.
I see.
There you
Oh,
go.
there we are. Alrighty, I'll get up. Alright, guys, this sump is nowhere near as large as I would have liked. Oh. Thank goodness for magnetic charging cables. Let's see if I can turn this up. You guys can see all my tools.
Is that a
If you guys have seen my goldfish tank build, it's a 29. I went as high as I can go with it since I couldn't go very wide. There was another piece here, like there is right here. So I ended up cutting that out. And I am actually going to use 4x4s right here instead of these. Just because I am in Southern California, which is earthquake prone, and I don't feel comfortable with only that support in it. But if you guys have seen my goldfish tank build, then you've seen what I've used here, which is 2 little totes that I believe are food grade. They have the number 5 in the little recycle symbol. I have a flower pot down there. You can see my heater there. I have another one in the back over there. I have on this one all the holes drilled at the bottom, and instead of drilling these holes, I actually decided to use a soldering iron, and that worked a whole lot better. So if you guys are looking to make holes in some fairly thin plastic, like any totes or anything like that, I would recommend purchasing a cheap soldering iron instead of using a drill.
Just don't breathe those plastic fumes.
Yeah, I was in a room, but I had two fans going, one blowing in one window and another blowing out another window. So yeah, please, like Blackie said, don't be inhaling those fumes, because that's not cool. I got a protein skimmer here, and then you can see my return pump there. And then that is two AquaClear sponge filters that I had running in the two AquaClear filters I was running, with 2 bags of crushed coral underneath that I was using as the biomedia. I really, really, really wish I could have went all the way across with it.
You know,
But
I don't know. I don't know if you know it or not, but I know you've already got that one built, but just for your information, they make a 37 gallon that's the same footprint as that 29.
Yeah.
Do they? How tall is it?
It's a little taller than that. It's about 5 inches taller than that one.
Ooh, I think that would be a little too much. I'd probably have to cut there as well.
It's the exact same footprint as the 29.
Thank you, Nathan. If I could ever pick up a cheaper one, I will likely do that.
It is.
And
I got one.
right now the tank is in complete
22.
disarray. A lot of the rocks have been knocked over by the turbo snails. And if Bob is still here, #blame Bob.
It is 22 3/4 inches high.
All right, let's see now. Is it this one? There we go.
And the height of the 37 gallon is 22 inches and 3/4.
22 and 3/4. Oh, that'll still give me the room, I believe, because I was looking at getting a 55, which is like 21 and 3/4, I believe.
Yeah, it's shorter than the 37. But I have the 37 gallon sitting on my 29 stand. And it's the exact same size and height.
Blackie's packing over there.
Blackie, is that a fly swatter in your hand?
Yes.
You remember the inside joke about that, right?
What? What did you say?
The inside joke about the fly swatter handle.
No. What did I miss?
You don't remember the night that you stuck the ice pick up your nose or whatever, and then I swallowed the fly swatter handle?
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. I do remember that. How could I forget?
Right. I'll be right back.
Yes, that visual.
Actually, Taylor, I thought about starting with some sunfish, some wild caught sunfish right now, because I know.
All because of Bob's hashtag pink fly swatter.
Good, it's a great color. The flies don't even see it coming. Yes, I made the mistake. The last one I just swatted, I had my drink sitting right next to my ashtray, and I swatted it on my drink,
and
which caused a cloud
blue
of,
ashes everywhere.
cloud of ash wafted up out of my ashtray and all over my drink.
Blackie, I've often wondered, and I see most Australian or Aussie people that I see smoking on their live streams roll their cigarettes. Are they that much? Can y'all buy regular cigarettes already pre-rolled there, or is it just a preference that everybody rolls their own?
Well, cigarettes are very expensive in Australia. Very, very expensive. Whether you roll your own or smoke pre-made, but the pre-mades are very, very expensive in comparison. So you get a lot more cigarettes out.
And it's not just Australia either, because I see Sharky's models. He rolls his own too.
I like it too because sometimes I only feel like half a cigarette, or I want a really big cigarette. So I can roll big or small if I want.
Gotcha. I just always wondered that. Never have asked. But I see a lot of people from outside the U.S. roll their own cigarettes. I guess we take it for granted here.
Yeah, I think it's nowhere near as expensive over there either.
I haven't bought a pack of cigarettes in so long. I couldn't tell you, but I'm gonna say a pack of cigarettes somewhere around $4.50, $5 a pack.
Mine's $6 a pack.
Yeah, see, it's been a long time since I bought cigarettes.
And how many's in that pack, Griff?
20.
20.
Yeah, I think a packet of 20s over here, you're looking at mid to high 20s.
Oh, geez. No wonder you rolled your own.
And
and I was crapping out on the tax that they put in more recently, putting it at about $9 a pack.
Yeah, they've increased the prices of tobacco over here for the last few years, and now they're doing a thing where they go up another 10% every 3 months or something like that. So yeah, it's the government's way of trying to encourage people to quit, but making as much money out of it along the way.
Yeah. Legit, it's not going to encourage anyone to quit.
I dip snuff.
But just like when they introduced the tax. Go ahead, Nate.
I dip snuff, and that can right there only cost me like $1.75.
Oh wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But like when they introduced this tax in California for tobacco, they were claiming that it's going to help kids not to smoke or something or other. All I know is when I was in high school and I first started smoking is I would have just saved my lunch money for one more day. That's all that would have happened. I just can't believe everybody else is so stupid to have voted yes on the dang thing.
In answer to Bob Kaler's question, it is illegal to grow your own tobacco here unless you're one of the large tobacco companies. And I believe that the fines for growing commercial levels of tobacco outside of regulation are more stringent and severe than growing marijuana.
I would say you're probably right.
Well, it makes total sense. Seeing as how marijuana is technically only mentally addictive, but nicotine is physically as well. I can see that.
Well,
they want that hold on you.
I think it goes more along the lines of taxation, that if you're growing tobacco, then you're stealing tax away from the government, whereas weed down here is not legal yet, so the government doesn't get any tax out of it. But yes, you're stealing important taxes out of the government's mouth if you grow tobacco.
All right, guys. So if you haven't been listening for the past about 5 to 10 minutes or so, this whole thing is if you appreciate Blackie, send him tobacco.
There you go.
Hey, I'll take cans of snuff too, Nate.
You could always dry it out and smoke it.
Oh no, I don't mind a bit of the chew. I like a bit of that.
Oh
I've
man,
been-
I was never able to.
I started dipping when I was like 10 or 11 and never quit.
The chew was always a bit much for me, but I think that had a part to do with the first time I tried it. It was long cut,
Yeah.
which I hear is stronger than some of the others. Yeah.
It's about all the same, just ground different. I mean, but different brands are stronger than others. So it might have
Yeah.
been the brand that you tried.
I know Copenhagen put fiberglass in theirs.
I always heard that, but I don't know that I believe it.
Me neither.
Because you,
Well, it's
I
like
don't know if
smoking
you-
a
I don't
cigarette
know if
down
you
to the filter.
remember, but Copenhagen used to come in a cardboard can box. I don't know if it still does or not,
Still does.
but it was lined with a paraffin, and that paraffin would come off, and it would look like little pieces of like fiberglass or something, but it was actually just paraffin from the can.
Ain't Anthony want to go swimming?
No,
I want to go swimming, but it definitely ain't big enough for me.
no.
Honestly, man, I don't even attempt to actually lap swim unless the pool's at least 25 yards, and even that's small for me. I really
Well,
want to
must be
swim in a
tall.
50-meter pool.
must
That's
be
my
tall.
pond.
I could actually fit in that pond. That's the sad part.
So my buddy that has his custom tank, I'm trying to talk him into letting me swim in it. It's 10 by 2.5 by 2.5, and I really want to swim with some sharks.
Who was it that stuck their head in a tank?
Oh, it was Aquaball.
Aquaballs.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that one.
Yeah, he actually lives about 10 minutes from me, but at this time about 2 minutes.
I know you do, Big Jace. Yeah, I go swimming with those big catfish any day.
Hey, Big J, no joke, man. If I go up there, I really would like to get in there, man.
Crikey, $4 a pack on a cruise liner. That seems extra cheap. Maybe they were Asian prices straight out of Indonesia or whatever.
Maybe they was made with that wacky tobacco.
$4. Let's say $4 pack on a cruise ship. Does seem cheap.
Hold on, what are you asking, Bob? Who helped me a lot with setting what up?
Bob says those catfish pay as much as a heifer.
Oh, not that he really mentored me, man. I'd say if anything, he more mentored me when it comes to plants. I definitely listen to what he has to say when it comes to plants. I met him at my LFS when I was getting rid of all my South American cichlids, which now that I'm a little deeper into the hobby, I really wish I wouldn't have gotten rid of all of them. I wish I would have kept an Oscar, my Jack Dempsey, my Green Terror, which was actually a gold Psalm. I wish I would have kept those 3 fish at least and seen how it went. But instead, I got rid of all of them. Oh yeah, man, it's because I get a lot of my plants from him. He's really good at growing plants, and especially in that 120 long,
That
or the
120
120.
tank, that
That is
thing is
one of my
awesome.
favorite
Yeah.
tanks to look at, and quite honestly, video does not do that tank justice, guys.
When does
It really
Speedo?
doesn't.
When does
I'm
Speedos ever
really
make
hoping
something
he plants
justice?
his 200-gallon or so Half Moon. The guy has a real skill in planting tanks. He's the one that planted my Hex tank, for anyone who doesn't know. That's why that's my only planted tank that actually looks really nice.
Good evening.
Yeah, I got some rearranging to do when I get my fish room built because I got 2 tanks that I want to plant, but I can't plant them because everything I put in one tank, the fish eat, and everything I put in the other tank, the daggone fish dig up. So I'm just gonna do some rearranging when I get my fish room built.
Yeah, I wanted a dojo loach for a while to go in my 75 planted because I have a lot of Danio in there.
Hey Bob, send me a picture of the
But
wires go into that speaker, and I'll have a look at it for you.
there you go,
Don't
Blake. I was telling
don't
Bob
get
I wish I was closer, man, so I can help him out. Because I have no idea if he's dealing with the old school hookups or like an auxiliary style hookup. If they're, and if they're auxiliary, if they're individually powered or if they're powered by the port somehow.
I don't recommend silver dollars if you ever want to plant a tank. Those things are like freaking cows.
Yeah, sometimes, Bob, your only access into the box of the speakers is to pull the speaker out of the front. Quite often they're all sealed up units now.
Oh man, I'm quite dark in there. Let me lighten this up. As bright as it goes. What'd I do? And I hope I don't end this stream accidentally somehow.
So more than likely, what he's talking about is this guy. It's probably got 2 wires. One set of wires comes out of one speaker and hooks into the other, and then that speaker hooks to the computer.
Yeah, Blackie, or Bob, honestly, pictures help quite a lot. If you can send either me or Blackie or both of us some pictures, I'm sure one of us can help you. It could be maybe as simple as replacing a wire.
Or you might be able to just rig it temporarily and strip the wire that's got the short end, the short in it, and wrap it around the connector until you can get some solder or something to solder it back.
I heard Daddy. Is that you, Griffin?
What?
I said I heard Daddy. Is that you? Zen Ginger, thank you for coming. Thank you.
What's up, Zen Ginger? Haven't seen you much today. I know you're loving the third dot being gone from the 5 chats.
Oh yeah. I was actually I'm a mod on so few channels, but I was so happy that I'm a mod on the Mob Guppy guys, and I was actually able to help them out. And Zen Ginger was saying how she's just happy to help when she can. And I get it. I was happy to help. That was cool.
I don't
Yeah,
know that I'm a mod on any channel.
Yeah, some of my mods are more like, oh, you're a buddy, you stop by sometimes, or you might stop by. And Peter, Mob Guppy, I was just joking around with him. I even told him I'm a terrible mod, but he made me a mod anyway because he didn't have any mods in his stream for a good like 10 minutes. And he just made me a mod, so yeah. Hey, Recon, how's it going?
Hey, Recon.
Recon.
Glad you got your internet going enough that you could join the chat. Anyway,
Dude, every time I hear a fish fam having internet trouble, I wish I was close enough to help.
I think he's in a situation though there's no helping.
Probably not, man, but sometimes I find it's just that workers are not willing to. And sometimes they're not willing to because the companies are pushing them to go faster instead of just do it right.
Yeah, see, we voted back about 3 or 4 months ago, and I was hoping it would pass to offer internet through our electric company. They were going to offer up to 100G, which is what I have now, but it would save me the 2 different bills. But I got a letter in the mail this week saying it'd been denied. Guess I got enough support for it. But I was hoping they would do it because it would have been all new wiring throughout the whole system.
Yeah, Recon, man, there's been some customers that, at the risk of losing my job, I've told go with another company. Just go with another company. If you care at all about having internet, go with another company. And if you don't listen to me, well, then you're dumb.
I think the only thing he has available besides what he has is HughesNet. He don't want that for sure.
Yeah.
So turkey
Are you going
season
turkey hunting?
been open here. Well, it's actually Christmas close here.
Are turkeys hard to hunt?
I've never hunted turkey. Only kind of hunting I've ever done is deer and like squirrel and rabbit and stuff. I've never hunted turkey.
What do you use to hunt deer?
A rifle, and then I used to have a crossbow, and then I had a bow at one time.
I always wanted to go hunting, but quite honestly, over the past couple of years, especially since I got into keeping fish, I've become an animal lover, and I don't know if I could do it for the sake of doing it. If it ever came down to needing food, no problem at all.
It's been probably 5-6 years since I've been hunting, but my nephew, I have 2 nephews. One's 24, the other's 22, and they love to hunt, and they always kill their limit, so they always give me a couple, knock here onto the processor, have them processed. But used to, back when I was in college and high school, and even long into my first marriage, if I was awake, I was in the woods hunting. Just kind of lost interest in it. One, I can't stand the cold anymore.
Recon says turkeys are a pain in the tail to hunt.
Yeah.
I don't know. I saw quite a few years back, and I laughed at it at the time, but it was a rifle that is just a camera. And I laughed at it, but right about now, I'm kind of like, that's kind of cool.
Not a bad idea, really.
Yeah.
My favorite.
But at the same time, I am a photographer. I just need a DSLR.
My favorite hunting, and I just can't take the cold because it's. I mean, if you go duck hunting, you're gonna get wet, and wet and cold don't mix.
No.
I've had duck once, and it was definitely tender and delicious.
Yeah, it's good. As long as you don't
for living in such a diverse area, people don't look at you all that great for trying all that stuff. I've had people, you tried duck? What?
And dove's my favorite meat by far. I love dove meat. Wrap it in bacon, put some jalapenos in the middle of the bacon and some cream cheese, wrap it up. Man, that's some good eating right there.
Well, I'd really like to try some squab, but just not no LA squab.
Yeah, true. I've eaten pigeon before, and it tastes just like a dove, as long as it's a young bird.
I love turkey too, Bob, but I usually only get it once a year, and even the past few years, it's only been like me, my daughter, and my mom at dinner. So my mom's not willing to make a turkey. But even more than the turkey, I love my mom's stuffing. My mom's stuffing is the best stuffing I've ever had, but it just has not compared the last few years since she hasn't cooked a bird, because if it's not stuffed in the bird, it's just not the same.
And I will tell you this too, Anthony, in case you've never had it, but there's no comparison between grocery store bought turkey and wild turkey. They have two totally different flavors.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd imagine. I got into smoking meats through Barbecue Pitmasters, if you've ever seen it. It's a TV show.
Mm-hmm. I know exactly.
And I've seen a few times where they've talked about the differences between wild game and store-bought.
Wild game's usually going to be a little bit darker of a meat overall because they use their muscles more. They're not caged, so they have to use their muscles more, which pumps more blood into their muscles, which makes it a darker meat.
Oh, hey, Scott. Thanks for coming, man. I appreciate it.
What's up, Scott?
Scotty.
Hey, Scott.
This is cool, man. I have 14 people here.
And there'll probably be more here in a little bit. Just when you think that people get through coming, there's more show up. People are so bored right now. I mean, they have all day to sleep because they can't go nowhere.
Yeah, I'm eventually gonna be scheduling a time. It'll probably be a Thursday mornings. At this time, I don't know when it's gonna start because of what's going on. Um, it's mainly dependent on when my kid starts school. Right now, while she's
Yeah.
not in school, which is honestly it's what makes this whole COVID thing the hardest thing on me because we're usually out in the middle of the week when I have a Thursday off. And since we haven't been able to, it's killing me, man. But right now, my concentration is on spending time with her before she starts school. Because when she starts school, I ain't gonna have her here, so I'll be able to do whatever.
Surely they won't start before August.
Oh yeah, but quite honestly, man, with how it's going, I don't even know when.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Like, I feel like nobody knows anything as far as timelines.
No, because as long as people are out, they're going to continue to spread it. I know it's getting better, but they're still spreading it by going to Walmart and places.
Yeah, I was going to ride bikes with my little girl around this one park. It was pretty much just going around a block. But then when I heard that this week and next week are supposed to be some of the worst, we haven't been going out at all.
I haven't been out of the house in 2 weeks other than going to Dallas. I go straight there and straight home. And I don't even go to Walmart anywhere. I make a list and somebody goes and buys it for me.
Yeah, usually my ex-wife, that's the one good thing about me and my ex-wife. We still are very cordial. Or more than cordial, I should say. We're cool. So she usually goes on Sundays to the stores when she drops my daughter off with me. So if I need anything, she'll go and pick it up, and I just give her the money. That way we're not both
Yes.
going out. That way if one of us ends up sick, we're not both sick, hopefully, and one of us can take care of our daughter.
That's the cool thing, Anthony, is since I've been in the house for 2 weeks and then somebody's bringing me my groceries, I haven't paid for the first thing yet. They won't let me pay them.
People can be cool, man. There's been a few times where my ex-wife has been no, it's all right, but I can't let that one fly with her. I pay her no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, and I'll eventually
That
pay them
situation's a little bit different, you know.
back. I'll pay them back eventually. They may not ever let me give them money, but I'll do something for them to pay them back.
Yeah, there you go.
Jesse's back.
Hey Jesse, how's it going, buddy? I can't tell what that is. Is that a?
No,
Oh,
we
is
can't.
that a? Like that?
Yeah, I think
I'm
so.
blind, guys, and when I drink, my vision becomes blurry beyond belief.
I think
Like, I
it's
think
a
I need to
sideways.
double
I
up my
think it's a
prescription.
sideways one of those. I think it's like this.
But there's Blackie laughing at me. Shut up and roll, homie. Shut up and roll.
My vision gets a little bit dicey as well.
And don't forget after your puff puff to pass.
But you reminded me a while ago when you was talking about you're going to schedule a Thursday morning stream. I owe y'all, and I got to sit down and look at the schedule because I don't want to stream over a bunch of people. But I owe y'all a 12-hour stream. I promised y'all a 12-hour stream when I hit 200.
Hey, Nate, man, you know what? Several people have talked about it before, and when you're going to do something special like that, you got to just stream over people.
I know.
I mean,
I
don't
know
choose a
it's in
point
my.
where like 10 of those hours are going to be streaming over people, but you know, if a few of those hours people are streaming, it ain't no biggie, man.
Well, I thought about starting it like at
Excuse me.
say 12 o'clock one day at lunchtime and going to like 12 o'clock lunch next day, and that way it would cut back on some of it anyway.
Out of puntadas. Ooh, Aqua Balls has some, I believe. Cuddle Punks, right?
Yeah,
I wish I had a snack of crawfish to eat right now.
Guys, I am so novice in this hobby that sometimes George is all excited about stuff, and I know I should be too, but I'm kind of like, it's a fish. But then later on, I'll look it up and I'll find out what it is, and I'll be like, damn, that's what I was looking at.
I think we all get that point. I mean, some of us are definitely more excitable than others. But I mean, he has to. You think about this too, though. George has to physically get up and go out to his garage and sit and watch his fish, where I can lay in the bed and see 5 tanks and enjoy them all the time.
Oh, bro, don't get it wrong. He has plenty of tanks in the house too.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. He has tanks right by the snakes. He has tanks in his room. He's got tanks, brother. He's got tanks. It's just the bulk of his tanks are in the garage.
I'm going to change the subject just for a second and talk to...
Oh, Jesse, bro, that's what I'm talking about, dude. His enthusiasm when he gets excited about a fish, it's like, I know I should be excited about it, but I don't know, bro. Sometimes it's just like, yeah, it's a fish. I just want to go watch my 6-foot tank. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
I call his 6-foot 120 my 6 foot.
Hey, Anthony, you care if I say something to Zen real quick?
Yeah, go, bro.
Hey, Zen, do you know that auction that we was in Iraq a couple of weeks ago or whatever, I still have not got my package. And I got Rack to track it today, and that thing went from Mountain Home, Tennessee, which is where he lives, to Nashville, from Nashville to New Orleans, from New Orleans to Memphis, from Memphis back to Nashville, and from Nashville back to New Orleans.
You know what, though, Nathan? I've been there in regular times. It would not surprise me in these times.
I mean, it passed my house 4 times and still ain't got here.
Sounds like Australian Post. Ours goes all over the place before it makes it to its destination.
Hey, Zen Ginger. No joking aside, I would really love to have a conversation with you on a live stream about glowfish if you really wouldn't mind. Just throwing it out there, no pressure at all. Please don't feel any pressure, but I would really love to do that. All right, guys, carry on.
She does have she does have one of the best glowfish videos that I've seen.
And I've been pushing it every single chance I get. I've actually been thinking about making a glowfish Facebook group for the slightly more advanced fish keeper that doesn't actually have it super glowfished out, because I absolutely love my planted glowfish tank, and if any of you have not had the chance to see it, I would appreciate if you went to watch it. It's probably a few videos back now. Not one piece of a glowfish decor in there.
That's pretty cool.
Please keep in mind, I am an absolute novice when it comes to planted tanks.
I'm neither for nor against glowfish. I just don't have any. Not saying I won't never set up a tank, but I have nothing against the glowfish now. But I remember back when I was a kid. Do you remember the glass Tetras that had the neon stripe just down their back? They actually injected those. These are genetically modified now, but they used to inject. Blackie's probably old enough to remember the ones I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, we didn't actually. I'm familiar with the processes and stuff that they use, but we didn't actually see a lot of them down here.
They were just clear. I don't even know what kind of fish they was. Some type of tetra, but they were crystal clear, and they would just inject. They had a vein that run down their back, and they would inject that vein with neon dyes.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing them down here ever.
Bob knows what I'm talking about. I know he remembers.
Is that what you bought him as, Bob?
Yeah,
male,
but
or you bought it as a female? Feel free to talk, Nate.
I was just gonna tell Zen. Yeah, they do have glow light tetras now, but they were different then. I don't know. I'm not sure they were tetras back then. I don't know. I was just a kid. I mean, a guppy was a guppy, just like a zebra danio could have been a guppy at that point. To me, when a fish was a fish.
Right, Daniel.
I'm going to get up and cut the heat off. I got my gas heater on one brick because it's supposed to have been down like 40 something tonight. Man, I'm about to burn up.
Man, my white cloud with the beta guys, I'm pretty sure and the shrimp, I'm pretty sure the beta has been eating quite a few shrimp. I had it blacked out for about a week to try to get rid of some green hair algae, which didn't work at all. Surprise, surprise. And she is still fat as can be, man. I'm sure she's been getting too much shrimp.
Yeah, they'll do that.
Only thing
You should see stuff we can.
Only thing I found to work on black-bearded algae other than taking whatever it's on out and cleaning it good is hydrogen peroxide, and you have to use it very carefully.
Yeah, I've had rocks that have had blackbeard infestations on them, and then put them in a sunny spot in my yard for over a year. Put them back in a tank over a year later, and the blackbeard just comes back again. So yeah, you've got to be so vigilant with cleaning it. Go to town with the bleach and then leave it outside for months and months.
Yeah.
Potentially pull the whole tank down, clean it with bleach, and start again. Or, just accept it as a part of your fish tank.
Yeah, I think I'm accepting blackbeard algae as a part of my 75.
It's going to be one of those things that 10 years down the track, it'll probably be the trendiest thing to have in a fish tank, and everyone will or they find out that it's super scientifically beneficial for your fish tank.
I have one plant in my planted tank that had blackbeard algae on it. And I took it out about 3 months ago and mixed up a solution of hydrogen peroxide and water and just misted it and let it sit for about 3-4 minutes and then rinse it off good and put it back in. So far, knock on wood, it ain't come back, but I'm sure it will.
Was blackbeard algae included in that, Bob?
My son's got a big 6x2x2 tank, and he had
Oh wow! All right, thank you, Bob.
a lovely
Go ahead.
lovely South American cichlid community tank going, and it had heaps and heaps of nice big long blackbeard algae, and it just looked awesome in the flow, wafting around. It just looks great when it's en masse like that.
Yeah, I love rocks with algae on them. I love the way rocks look with algae on them.
Yeah, I have one rock with my white clouds that has some algae growing on it, and I'm liking it. When I had my 40 breeder set up for my embedment tank, it had some diatoms on it, and even though I know diatoms aren't really beneficial and all, I still liked it, so I left them for a while.
Yeah, some algae looks good depending on where it's growing and how it's growing. I like it. Now I had some Java moss that just looked plumb nasty with algae, and I took it out of the tank and put it in a bucket with some pond snails, and man, they cleaned every bit of the algae off that within like a week.
Do it then. Why not?
Post them all, Zen. Don't worry about what anyone says, as long as your fish are healthy.
And even then, don't worry about what anyone says.
No.
They're not.
Do you? Alright, guys. I'll be right back. I need another drink.
I must have overtaken him.
I know a lot of people don't like using it with aquariums, but I use a lot of bleach. Now I don't put it in the aquarium, but like when I get through doing water changes with my python and everything, I pour bleach down it, rinse it with hot water, and just hang it outside in the sun 2 or 3 days. I've used bleach for years and never had any problem with it, as long as you don't put it in the tank.
Yeah. Bleach breaks down in the sun pretty rapid. It's ultraviolet sensitive, so anything that's
Yeah, you can put bleach in like a Windex bottle or a clear bottle, and go back a week later. I mean, and it's got no potency to it at all. Hardly, it's lost all effect.
No.
Or I use bleach for my Pyrogen a lot to recharge it, and all I do is I use a little scoop of safe in a small container with it, and I let it gas off with the Nerf stone for a few days before I reuse it. I haven't had an issue yet.
I mean, it tells you on the box to recharge it to use bleach.
There's always those people that'll be anal.
Yep.
I'm gonna say if you probably went up to a 55-gallon tank and poured a half cup of bleach in, you'd probably wake up to a tank full of dead fish in the next morning.
Oh yeah. Well, like anything, use what used to be common sense about 15 years ago.
Yeah. I don't know. I think fish up to a lot more than what we give them credit for.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Goldfish will eat pretty much anything they can fit in its mouth. And it's not
Yeah.
that they are like actively trying to eat them. They just try to mouth absolutely anything that they can
Yeah.
fit in its mouth. And
Yeah.
Nathan Fishboy, if you have not seen my latest video on my goldfish build, go watch the last 3 minutes of that. Watching them try to eat some Sarah Onip tabs, and you'll see exactly what I mean. It's absolutely hilarious. That's why I labeled it a special feeding, because I find it absolutely hilarious.
I fed my convicts hot dog today.
Who ate hot dog?
I was walking by the tank and I was eating a hot dog, so I just crumbled up a little bit in there, and they went down on it.
Oh, of
They ain't
course,
dead
man.
yet.
Do you have both the regular and the albinos, or
The convicts,
yeah?
I've got the yellows and blacks.
All right, cool.
Believe it or not, convicts receive a lot of hate, but it's one of my favorite fish, especially if you like watching fish free, because these things are like, they're like
I was thinking
nymphomaniacs
about it.
or something.
Yeah, I was thinking about them for a while.
I mean, like,
But
literally, I hatch out a batch of like 250, 500 fry like every 2 to 3 weeks.
yeah, my LFSs just aren't willing to take them, and
Yeah,
I don't have anything that'll eat them, so I don't know what
well,
I'd do
if
with my millions of convict fry.
I'm not saying this is the right thing to do, but the cool thing about the convicts is they'll take care of the babies. The daddy and mama will both protect them. But when they get ready to breed again, those babies are off. I mean, they're fair game. They'll
Oh
thin
man!
themselves back out.
All right, that's good to know. I mean, it's not that cool, but it's good to know.
I mean, I do grow. I grow out some. I'll pull out a batch of fry maybe once a month, once every 6 weeks, and grow them out. But I mean, I'm like you. If I tried to grow, because local fish stores they just don't want them because they're so accessible. So, I'd be overrun with convicts if I tried to save every one of them.
I guess you'll never be short of food, right?
Through that. You know, the weird thing is I have a Jack Dempsey in there with the convicts, and he won't touch the fry.
Every fish is different.
Sorry about that, by the way. I just realised I clapped right at the microphone.
I didn't even hear
That answer for you, Econ?
Dad.
You could always take out all of your excess babies, Anthony, and drop them into a pot of boiling water, and then just mulch them up into fish food for you.
Never thought about it that way.
I always thought it'd be pretty cool to get a dehydrator and dehydrate,
Yeah,
and then grind them. Grind whatever up. I mean, you could do plants, whatever, and then grind it up, make your own food.
Yeah.
I collected a bunch of mosquito larvae day before yesterday and fed all my fish. They went crazy. It's first they've had this year.
Fed my 75 planted mosquito larva today. Thanks for the tips, Blackie.
Yeah, one of those. I think that'd be cool. Make your own fish food.
That's what I got this one.
Only we couldn't do that with air allergy.
What was that?
Dehydrate air allergy.
I still didn't catch what you said, sorry.
The air allergy. Dehydrate it, feed it.
Ah,
Air
yeah.
allergy.
Yeah,
Good.
you know, worth a shot.
You do that
And
at duck. You don't see why you couldn't do that at hair algae.
Buy you a spice grinder and dehydrate it up with something else and mix it all up. I'm sure they'd eat it.
Yeah.
But I just give my hair algae to my goldfish. Let them munch it up.
They ate it.
If you have some tough plants with some green hair algae, some goldfish, or some pretty good fish to clean it up, then you can still use your tougher plants. So what I'm doing in my white cloud tank, because it gets a lot of green hair algae, is I'll throw all the anacris with the hair algae in there. With goldfish, they eat up all the hair algae, leave the anacris alone, then replant the anacris.
I know a lady here, she takes the red wrangler worms you get for fishing bait, and she feeds her fish that.
Yeah, you could probably actually dry those out in the sun on a hot day and then just
Yeah.
grind them up. I have a beta here. I bet that thing's 5 years old and it don't look a day older than it did the day I got it.
What, not even one grey hair?
No.
4 months.
Yeah, I keep I have a worm farm just over there. I'd put all my kitchen scraps through, and when there's heaps and heaps of worms in there, I'll certainly pull them out. And my Feste both of them got a large belly full of worms yesterday.
I had a worm farm last year and the fire ants got into it by the time I started getting worms out of it.
Yeah, well, mine certainly farms other creatures other than just worms as well. Get a few nice big cockroaches out of it. Soldier flies lay their eggs in it, but apparently they're pretty good to have in worm farms because they help turn over the vegetable waste. Fruit flies as well, so got a limitless supply of fruit flies for the smaller fish as well.
Didn't you? Seemed like I heard somebody say the other day that you done a video on a fly trap or a mosquito larva trap or something like that.
Yeah, it's basically a big bucket with a hole in the side of it.
I need
It
to
was
check
about
that
2
out.
months ago, I believe.
I need to check that out. I remember hearing somebody say something about it, and I meant to watch it, and I just forgot about it until we started talking just then.
If our wonderful Zen Ginger is still in here, I'm sure she'll probably post the link.
She's still here. I'm sure she'll beat me to it anyway.
She probably done passed out.
Zen? No, Zen ain't sleep.
Yeah, I was messaging Blackie, hey bro, where's that link at? Give me that video, and he's like, Zen Ginger already posted it. Stream.
Well, it might take a while. Last I knew, she was on her cell phone during all of it.
It might take a minute.
That's what she said in somebody's stream.
Oh, and Blackie beat her.
There it is.
It's
Well-
just because there's not that go-to channel anymore.
No.
I beat her in the YouTube, but in the StreamYard it shows hers before mine, so
Oh, does it? Okay.
I'll probably have to declare a loss there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you lost that one, brother. It's all right. Thank you, Zen. I appreciate it very much. So,
Yeah, I think it's only first on my screen because it's my computer. I pasted
You don't.
it.
You don't have a
that's why
lag.
she's the wonderful Zen Ginger, not just the Zen Ginger. She needs to change her channel name.
Doesn't Zen mean wonderful? Loosely.
I guess you got me there.
Yes, I think you've definitely won all the screens apart from mine then because I had to paste mine on my screen. Didn't have to go through the internet to turn up on my screen.
I did watch part of this video the other day, but I never finished it because I remember those buckets.
You went on my screen too, Zen. I have it pulled up on a tablet over here and then over here as well. And both ways Zen wins. But thanks for trying, Blackie.
Pardon me. Actually, I haven't checked it for a couple of days too, so I probably should go and scoop some out of it. I did dump a whole bunch of mosquito larvae this morning because I catch them and store them in a separate container so I can flush their systems out. And when I was going to get some to feed this morning, there was a bunch trying to go through their metamorphosis from one stage into the next stage, and it's like they got trapped and they had all this moldy, fungusy stuff growing on their heads. So I didn't want to feed that to my fish, so I just dumped all that stuff out again.
Yeah, you were kind of walking away earlier. I mentioned I had fed my 75 planted the mosquito larvae today. So, thank you.
Such a good food.
I was watching on Jesse on Big J stream earlier. I don't know if Big J is still here, but he was streaming earlier, and Jesse was on the stream. And Jesse was feeding all the brine shrimp. I thought that was pretty cool, so I think I'm about to start some brine shrimp soon.
Yeah, I've been meaning to, especially as it gets colder here, we'll get less mosquitoes. So whilst they're not a flourishing food source, I'll need a backup.
What's your? Do you have any larger fish, Blackie?
Any what?
Larger fish like cichlids or anything?
Yeah, I have 2 jags, 2 festes, big Oscar, who you can normally see behind me right there waiting for me to feed him, but he's disappeared. Oh, he's behind Jag Jail. Can't really see through the glare, but
Yeah, the glare.
Oscar's
It's all
just
good.
there.
Oh, I saw him right there.
And there's a
Yeah, he
black
disappeared
basket, black baskets hanging in my tank there with a jaguar in it. It's in Jaguar Jail.
now.
And
Was he fighting with the Oscar?
oh yeah, I've got 2 jaguars in Jaguar Jail at the moment. I tried to breed them, but they were both females, turns out.
Jags were one of the fish I was thinking of doing in my 125 because, quite honestly, I'm getting a little sick of the Africans. I have another female yellow lab that's in a sump right now, recovering, and she's scared as shit. She's hiding underneath of my return pump.
Well, when I first put the 2 Jaguars together in this tank to try and breed them, I still had my pair of Rivulatus in here, and one of the Jags just went total dominance on the whole tank and was tearing up the other Jag and the 2 Rivs, so I had to move the Rivs out into another tank. And I moved the Rivulatus pair into the tank where the big white Oscar was, and moved the big white Oscar into this tank. And then I moved the very aggressive Jaguar out into a tank out the back. And then the one that's left in here decided to take over and become the ridiculously aggressive fish and started bashing everyone up. So they're both in jail, and I won't be breeding Jaguars now. That was my hope. I wanted this tank to be my big, nice Jaguar tank, but it's going to be my big Feste tank now. So my pair of Feste over there that keep doing the Rumpty dance or the breeding dance. I keep getting a feeling that my male Feste just doesn't know how to do the deed.
I'm gonna cut my cam off for a minute. I'm gonna go mix me up some lemonade.
Sounds good, man.
And yeah, I was just I just did a walk around before to go and drop some food in tanks. My female Rivulatus died the other day after being bashed, and she's also had worms. And I just found my male Rivulatus upside down in the back corner of the tank, still gilling. His gills are still moving, but he'll be dead by tomorrow. So no more Rivulatus pair for me, unfortunately.
Damn.
And only 3
I
of
found
them.
that. What's up? I found that no matter what, I am just a procrastinator. I ended up purchasing a bunch of meds from Aquarium Co-op, and I have not even opened them. My whole goal was to dose every single tank I have, and I haven't even opened them. I purchased the bulk jar of API General Cure for internal parasites. And since they didn't have the API erythromycin, I ended up with the Fritz. 2 jars of the bulk Fritz. And I haven't dosed that either.
Is that just like
I've just dosed some copper for my marine tank that was experiencing some ick, which is clear now, so I have some excuse me. I have some carbon in there to clear up the copper, which I have to purchase some copper test kits to make sure it's cleared up before I have to dose anymore, just in case they get sick. $25. Where are you, Teresa? $25 and up for a goldfish. Is that even comets like the regular feeder fish that we see here in the States? Alright, sorry guys, I mentioned earlier when I've been drinking I'm blurry as hell, so New Zealand, that's right. Oh, Nathan, quite honestly, rosy barbs would be a much better feeder fish than goldfish. For most fish, goldfish are quite the most horrible fish to feed with their extremely high fat content. I really wish they weren't feeder fish here. There's so many fish that are so easy to breed that could be feeder fish, like guppies or mollies, platies, convicts. Yeah, Gambusia. Although I haven't tried them myself yet, I'd like to. Yeah, there's so many other fish that could be feeder fish. I don't understand why goldfish are feeder fish here, but with the without getting too political, with the medical state we're in, as far as benefits and all that, I could see why feeder fish might be our goldfish might be the feeder fish of the United States.
Well, there's probably so many people breeding them, and there's just that many culls.
Maybe. Although all but one of my goldfish were a feeder fish. Everything but the shabunkin, I'm sure, were a feeder fish, especially since the fish I started out with a hobby in as an adult. I had a tank as a young kid. I don't remember anything about it at all other than I had a pleco. But as an adult, I started out taking my kid to the fair and getting a goldfish.
I remember
everything other than that in my goldfish tank, other than the shabunkin, was a feeder.
I got one time, I think I got like 6 or 10 of the brassy coloured ones, really plain coloured goldfish. They're almost brown, but they're like a brassy, coppery colour. And I think all but one of them changed colours into orange and white goldfish instead of the brassy colour anyway.
Would Jesse give me that price every day? Comments are 50 cents. Jesse, I have a place that gives about 3 to 4 inch comments for 50 cents if you don't want to choose which ones you want, and $1 each if you do want to choose which ones you want. So if you're going for like I did, the look, then I paid $1. But if you're really feeding them to like maybe some big jags or something like that, then 50 cents, because they just grab whatever 2 they catch in the net.
Why don't Jesse come back up? What did you have for dinner, Jesse? Inquiring minds want to know.
All right, guys, I will be right back. So if you'd entertain the guests, I'd appreciate it. I need to take a leak.
No problem. Not that we're very entertaining, but we'll sit here and look like we are anyway.
A long list of things for dinner. That sounds like a big dinner.
That's what you call people being bored and eating themselves, trying to eat themselves out of boredom.
Yeah.
I bet there's some people out there that gain 10, 15 pounds for this whole thing's over with.
Probably.
Yeah, some of the fancy goldfish are going the way of koi, aren't they? The prices you can pay for some of the fancier top dollar ones.
Oh man, it's crazy. I don't know. I know you've seen it, Blackie, but I don't know if you'll know what I'm talking about. That goldfish that Rat bought when he was at the goldfish show, the fancy tail one. Was but had a black and white. It was the biggest part of the fish was white and had like a black spot on it and had orange spots on it. There's no telling what he paid for that fish. That fish was beautiful. There's no telling what he paid for it.
Sorry if that was loud, guys. I dropped my headphones here.
Yes, I shut it.
You had a long list the other night that you had for lunch. You had like ribs. You had like 2 or 3 different meats and 2 or 3 vegetables. I don't remember what all you named off the other night you had.
Did you want to come in, Jesse? I didn't catch if you wanted to come in or not.
Wished I had some banana pudding.
So, guys, real quick, I saw something on Netflix, something about some sort of ocean documentary. Have any of you watched it?
You know, that ocean documentary. Yeah, I watched that ocean documentary last night. There must be 1,000 ocean documentaries on there. Got any more specifics?
It was mentioned on my, I don't know, on my recommended stuff.
I thought about switching from. Right now, I have Hulu, and I thought about switching to Netflix. But the way my Hulu works out is I pay $5.99 a month for Spotify, so I can listen to unlimited music, and it includes Hulu. So it's kind of stupid to give it up because it's only costing me $1 a month.
Yeah, well, there's just as
But
much
there's nothing on it though. That's the problem.
on Hulu.
Yeah.
They have when you get Hulu, do they have radio stations as well, or podcast stations?
Well, they own Spotify.
Yeah, right. No, just there's a particular podcast network that I occasionally listen to, and I know they promote.
They do podcasts on there too on Spotify.
Yeah, just a lot of the people that do like guest spots on some of the podcasts I listen to always mention their comedy show going on Hulu. Seems to be the one that they mention most on Earwolf podcasts.
See, I've had it for like probably 3 or 4 years, and they was running a special on it. It's one of them kind of things now that if I canceled it and went back to what I got now, it cost me like $12.99 a month. I got it on, one of the specials they were running.
Was your documentary called A Plastic Ocean, Anthony?
Might have been.
I know I binged watched Rick and Morty yesterday. I had to finish season 3 and season 4, so I watched all of them, and then I just went straight back to season 1 and started watching again.
I love watching YouTube videos and live streams, but I'm not a TV person. Like, I don't have cable or anything. I cancel. When me and my wife separated, I canceled all my cable and everything. The only thing I have is YouTube.
There's pretty much enough to watch on any service, really, isn't there? It's only if you suffer from the FOMO that you need all of them, don't you reckon?
Yeah, and let's be real. As long as you got somebody, which I don't do it because I don't care anything about watching TV, but as long as you got somebody's username and password, you can watch it. Not even pay for it.
That's how I get Netflix.
They actually do have a pretty sweet deal that I thought about doing. I know y'all seen it. is the YouTube TV. It's like $49 a month, but it's like you get all the local channels and like I mean it's just like a cable service. But between my internet and my cable service, spending almost 160 something dollars a month, and I wasn't using the cable, so I said I'm not gonna do it. I'm not paying that much money and not watching.
Don't see any reason to. I was told customers might spend more money.
The cool thing about that YouTube TV is if you, I mean, and I called them and asked them about it, is you can stream that service on 3 TVs at the same time. So if you have like 3 households, you could split that bill 3 ways, and all 3 stream it at the same time.
Far out, Jesse. Jesse doesn't ever have to get off the couch. Jesus, it's quite the list.
Is he?
Oh, Teresa, that stinks, man. I actually liked some of the European shows that they had, but the Americans remade some of them, and when Netflix kind of redid some of their selection, they only ended up with the American versions. And one of those was Shameless. I love the British version.
Yeah, I can't watch the
And the American version was absolute sharp.
Like I love William H. Macy, but I can't get into the American version of it, having seen all of the original one.
I watched about 5 seasons of the original, and it took me about 3 years to finally rewatch the American version to get into it.
Con, if you're paying $140 a month for internet service and it sucks as that bad, I'd be demanding something be done.
I would. Is that Recon? I imagine it's
Yeah,
Recon. I
Recon
would
said he's
cancel.
paying $140 a month for internet alone.
I would cancel and reorder a month later, and they're likely to give you a deal, even though it's still to suck.
Doesn't Recon says that he's only got one opportunity for service provider there? Yeah.
I think he has that CenturyLink. Now he's in here. He can tell you, but I know one other option he's got is HughesNet, and I know it sucks.
What about satellite?
Yeah, that's HughesNet.
Yeah,
I don't know I don't know if he has anything else or not.
Yeah, satellite internet seems to suck for whatever reason. I have no idea how they could pump out the absolute best high definition, which is DirecTV high definition. It is the best in my opinion, and I've seen most of them offered in the United States, at least Southern California. And it is the best high definition. And have such sucky internet. I don't understand it.
I don't know.
Although DirecTV does not offer internet, the other satellite company does, and it absolutely sucks balls.
But DirecTV is owned by AT&T, is it not?
It is. It is. And I'm not going to tell you who I'm an employee of.
I know already. I already know.
Nevertheless, I am a fan of them.
What I don't like about satellite and internet's just as bad. It's like they get you to sign up at one price, and then if you're not careful, in 2 or 3 years you're paying twice what you signed up for.
2 to 3 times. I tell every single installation I do, hey, don't remember do not remember when your promotion is up to call in for another promotion. AT&T in my area. I mean the local cable company, telecommunication company, I should say, in my area is likely more to work with you than the cable company in my area. At least that is what I hear from the vast majority of my customers. And seeing as how I earn my money, they do not give me my money. I side with the customers most of the time, unless they are the gimme kind.
Yeah, you can always tell. I mean, it's one thing to want something for free. It's another thing to, want to be fair about things.
Yeah, I've had a few customers. Do you have an extra HDMI cable? Sure, no problem. Here you go. Do you have 3 more? Boop. Go buy your own.
Yeah.
Then there are the few customers that go, hey, man, you know what? I'd appreciate like 4 extra if you happen to have them. And then it's like, go look what I have. Hey, man, I can give you 2. Here you go. Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. No problem.
Yeah. There's always a rotten apple that ruins it for everybody.
Another drink, Blackie?
What's that?
Another drink? I don't think I need another one, but cheers.
Well, straight down the hatch.
It's all right. I know Zen Ginger, because she's so awesome, is going to let me know if I get out of hand.
Fortunately, I live in a rural community.
Oh, Mark is here. Hi, Mark.
But I have access to good internet and TV services and stuff.
That's yummy. Is that a beer? I imagine at 6%, it's a beer of some sort. Malt liquor, whatever it is.
Kentucky blended bourbon and Coca-Cola.
It's no turkey soda, but yeah.
Sure you want some turkey with that soda?
You know I do. Turkey's price is
when I was younger, I would do about 80% Captain with about 20% cola. Nowadays, I can't do any cola with alcohol. It gives me a heartburn like crazy. So it's either some alcohol with a couple cubes or alcohol straight.
Yeah, certainly I get to a point with these mixed cans that, when you've had way too much cola, burny guts and whatnot.
Yeah, I can't do any sweet with alcohol anymore. It just tears me up. So no, it's just yeah.
Yeah, I was going to go the bottle of turkey, but all the turkey prices have gone up this week. So, and there was no specials, no good enough specials on turkey.
Makes sense. So, guys, tobacco and turkey, okay, for Blackie.
Yeah.
If you love Blackie enough, it's tobacco and turkey.
I think if you
tobacco, I don't think we could get either one of those across the border.
Well, I think if you send it as a gift, you're exempt from tax or something.
There you go.
And let it come across the border.
And guys, I love Blackie so much. He is the very first person to ever shout me out. So I'm actually a little bit serious about that if you can't afford it. And Blackie, if you need anything else other than some tobacco and some turkey, let me know. Or let our people know.
As a bare minimum, I think it'd be an interesting experiment to see if those kind of products can travel from your country into mine without excessive scrutiny from the governmental bodies.
Well, I'm thinking more of like like some sort of order with a different address, you know? Instead of the billing address, it'd be a different address.
Oh, I think I wouldn't be concerned about dodgy stuff turning up at my house. It'd be just to go through with the whole routine of seeing if it can actually go from point A to point Z.
I think Fishburne Fever was the first person to shout me out. Sitting here trying to think who it was. I'm pretty sure it's Fishburne Fever.
Mine was Thirsty Rabbit.
Thanks to you. I would say hello to him with the little bunny rabbit emoji. And for the first few times he didn't say hello to me. But after that, it was cool. I love it. Well, I love him saying, "Thanks to you." You kind of sound like a Yogi Bear to me in a way.
Oh, yeah.
Blackie, you've got a live stream coming up with somebody soon, don't you?
Tomorrow. Tomorrow. Oh, yeah, tomorrow. Aquamate's channel.
Hey, what night does he run? Because I was scheduled. They scheduled me for a Saturday night stream, but I look at the schedule and it shows Aquamate at the same time. Does he stream on Saturday nights?
Yeah, Saturday night your time. Yeah. Yeah, we do. We alternate now in Australia, and Aquamate does one weekend at
Shows him and King and Queen Cichlids swapping up or something like that.
Yeah, we used to alternate with them, but now they don't do their Saturday night stream anymore.
Well, I'm gonna swap mine because I just tend to watch Aquamates. I had stream. I'll move mine to sometime like a Tuesday or Thursday morning when there's nothing going on and I'm home.
Yeah,
I'm
alternating at 7 my time.
I could just not do it at all and do random.
That's a lot of people are doing that, aren't they? Just go live. It's got to that stage now where there's there's that many people doing it that
I think really and honestly, well, I don't know because I've not been doing this long enough, but I think as far as scheduled times, the only time you get any good out of it is if you're behind a big channel that sends people over to your channel when they're through.
Yeah.
Well, if you go scheduled, you have your very few people that
yeah,
like
I mean, you don't have
up.
your regulars.
I try to show up whenever I can. Sometimes I'm working during some people's streams, but I like to at least pop in and hit a like.
Yeah. See, I'm free on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Really, I'm free. I'm free any day after 10 o'clock in the morning.
So I'll probably see you Thursday then. When my daughter starts daycare, I usually have Thursdays off, and that's the day I'll probably be doing my streams, probably around 10 to noon.
Well, even if I'm at dialysis, I can stream. I can watch streams on my phone. I don't want to stream from dialysis.
Could make for good TV.
Yeah, but some people may not like it neither too. It could go either way, I guess. I just don't want to be the person that streams from dialysis and sitting there in the chair and there's people that I talk to every night on here says, "Oh, Nathan's at dialysis. Let's show him some love because he's on dialysis." You know, that's not what I'm all about. You know, I don't want to throw the pity party. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I get you, man. I think you might be a little too worried about people throwing a pity party. You know, we all love each other. We all have some sort of love to be at each other's streams. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I picked up that stream I was in earlier. It only had like 14 people in there, and I'd never been in it before. Actually, Chewy showed up in there of all people. You never know where Chewy's gonna show up.
Chewy is everywhere. He's omniscient.
But I picked up 4 subs from that channel.
Yeah. Hey, real quick. I'm sorry to stop you there, but
Oh, you're fine.
anyone who is not having the notification for Chewy, he puts out a lot of premiered streams. He's not in all of them, but he puts out a lot of fish content. One of the ones I really liked was his trout fish hatchery. It's very cool. So guys, if you guys have not actually hit the notification for Chewy, I've noticed that oftentimes I'm like one of the very few people in his premieres. He puts out a lot of good content. So if you have not subbed or hit the notification for Chewy, go ahead and do it. There is some cool content that he does premiere. So I'd like to show him a lot of love. He shows everyone a lot of love, and I'd like to show him some love.
So true. Yeah, some of those.
Yeah, that's what I told him tonight. I said to never. Well, I have seen his face on his Facebook page, but you know he never live streamed or anything. I said you are so full of knowledge that most people would give just to have a fraction of that would be they'd give anything for it. Because I mean that man will
Extremely,
tell you
Nathan.
about anything.
He's extremely full of knowledge, and I love to talk to him, man. I talk to him about some music, and I talk to him about some fish. Enjoyable either way.
This was actually a catfish, a guy that catfishes stream that we met in this evening. I don't even know how I ended up there, but of all people, he
Bob
shows
Taylor
up.
sounds like he just woke up from a beautiful dream. But it's true, Bob. It is true.
Yeah, Bob. Very true, man.
Yep.
Yeah, I got a buddy of mine that I'm worried about tomorrow. He of course here, I'm sure it's that way there too, Bucky. There's supposed to be 0 gatherings of 10 or more people. And
we're down to 2.
Oh, really? I think we may be down to 5. I don't know. I just don't go anywhere. I don't watch the news hardly at all. I try to stay on YouTube, watch something positive. But anyway, me and this guy graduated high school together, running around for years. Well, the guy ended up, he's a pastor now, and he was on the news tonight. They were interviewing him, and he said that tomorrow was Easter, and he intended on holding church services in the morning. So I'm kind of worried about, you know, not his health, but what they might do if he does end up holding service.
I know a couple of the churches there during
Man,
Live
there
stream.
are so many live streams available now. So many ways of alternate services. I don't see any reason for these people to hold services where it puts their
Yeah, I mean, you're
any
not putting
well-being
yourself.
in jeopardy.
Yeah, you're not only
Whether
putting
it be
yourself in
health
jeopardy.
or going to jail. We've had one person already going to jail, a pastor, for holding services for completely defying orders.
And our church, which I mean, I don't go as often as I should. I'm not, but our church had a service scheduled, like a parking lot service, where everybody stayed in their vehicle in a parking lot. But they canceled it today. They're not even gonna do it.
Well, if you think about it, man, they say 6 feet as a social distancing type thing, but they say it could travel up to 27 feet over a cough or a sneeze. So I stopped driving. I stopped taking my daughter for bike rides and all together, even though people were pretty good about social distancing, crossing the street and all that. It's still no 27 feet. And quite frankly, I'm just not willing to risk it with my daughter being having some acute asthma. It's just not worth it, in my opinion.
It's not with live streams. You got Facebook, you got YouTube, you got Twitch, you got Instagram. I mean, why not protect everybody? Stream whatever you need to say, and when it's
Exactly.
all
Too
over,
many
go
other
back.
ways of doing it. I gotta go beat the crocodile, as Blackie says. I'll be right back.
Beat it. I don't beat it.
Yeah,
Don't
he wrestles it. He wrestles it. He don't beat it.
It's a much gentler caress, the wrestle, than the beating.
Yeah, Bob. I guess if he was into that kind of serpent handling thing, it would take away from the experience. But I think he'd still be better off stay at home.
Yeah.
I don't know if I sent my serpent handling pictures to Bob. I might have to do that.
This was asked in another stream earlier tonight. May have been, I don't know. I think you were there, Blackie. But Mark's shrimp tanks or something like that. Is he from New Zealand?
No, he's a Scottish man, but he lives in Norway.
Norway. That's it. That's it. Norway. Good night, Zen. You know we'll be here. Somebody will be here when you wake up in the middle of the night.
See you, Zen. Be good.
See you later, Jan.
Yeah, I couldn't remember where he was from.
Aquamate.
Aquamate. G'day, Josh. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I know it's very close, Scotland to Norway, but there does seem...
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't know why I was thinking New Zealand.
No, I was just going to say there does seem to be a lot of people from the northern end of the UK that do move over to Norway and a couple of those other Scandinavian countries to live instead of in the UK.
Is it not pretty much cold there year round?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they get a nice week or two of summer.
Hey, Josh. How you doing?
Don't know if I already sent you those ones, Bob. You'll have to let me know. Sent Bob some serpent handling pictures. Oh, Bob.
Blake must stay busy with his kids pretty much. You don't ever see him pop up in these late night streams like this. He must stay pretty busy with his boys.
Probably.
Did you see what Josh said?
Yep. Almost true, Josh. The pics I sent Bob, it wasn't my serpent. It was someone else's. Yeah, Nathan.
Oh man, I've been muted this whole time. Was it the same ones that you sent me, Blackie?
Yes.
Dude, that was a badass snake.
It was my son's, Josh. Josh, my son.
Was it the black snake that you had pictures of the other day? You were showing pictures of? I don't remember what it was.
It was the Bradley Eye carpet python.
Yeah, that was it.
Mm. Well, it still is. Just in those pictures, it was. But yes, beautiful snake. Very thick, girthy python. And pretty as.
Much longer than the one mine is going to get.
Then who's going to get?
One I have, I think it's going to get probably about 3.5 feet. I guess the more specialized morphs get about 3.5 feet, while the more wild ones get about 6 to 7 feet.
And which one are you getting?
It's some type of morph. I don't know exactly what kind. I got it from Aquaballs. He actually he showed me a clutch he had, and then they hatched, and then I was like, dude, that snake's mine. I need it. How much? And he's like, nah, dude, that one and this one over here, they're one's male, one's female. I need to breed them together because I'm not sure what the dad is, and I need to see what they make. Oh, fuck you, asshole. I'm like, all right, here's the deal. All right, dude. As long as you give me first dibs, if you're ever going to sell the snake, I'm cool with it. Because if you never wanted to sell it, I'm cool with that, all right? But if you ever sold it and you didn't give me first dibs, hey.
He probably knows that those two have got some real special genes, so he's trying to see what other specials he can get out of it.
Well, that's the snake I fell in love with, man.
Yeah, right.
So he's like, a few weeks later, he had another clutch. He's like, dude, how about this one? How about this one? No, man, it's that one. And he's like, all right, dude, this is the one you liked. I'm like, no, dude, that's not the one I liked. That's the one I liked. He's like, all right, dude, you really know which one you liked. He tried to test me.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Kenny, how's it going, buddy? Thanks for coming by. And if you guys haven't hit the like button, I'd appreciate it. Thank you very much. But yeah, he was like, all right, man, you know which one. Then a few weeks later, he's like, hey, man, are you serious about that snake? Yeah, man, that snake is mine. If you sell it to anyone else, your balls are mine. Don't mean to rhyme there either. Then he's like, all right, dude, this much. I'm not going to say how much, but he gave me quite a deal, man. I saw how much some of these snakes sell for. he gave me a massive deal. So if you guys aren't subbed to Aqua Balls yet, please sub to Aqua Balls. Go check him out at least. I know you can't hit a 3-button thing, although he's not here anyways, but find Aqua Balls. I love my snake, guys. I absolutely love it.
One more. I want one more snake. I mean, I want an albino ball, and then I think that I've always wanted one and never had one.
Yeah, so I have mine in a 40 breeder. That's what I started him out in. I'm hoping he doesn't outgrow it.
He shouldn't. I mean, let's be honest. A snake don't do much other than eat, drink, and sleep. Only way I know mine's ready to eat because he's out moving around instead of curled up in the ball. I fed mine yesterday, I think.
What do you mean you stared a King Brown knife? Other knife. Stared.
What do you mean started with a...
Daniken, how's the mud skippers doing? That's one fish I wouldn't mind owning. I just don't know if I want to mess with the brackish water.
Are there any that just do fresh water?
I'm gonna say that if you took your time, you could probably acclimate any of them to completely freshwater. But I think they do a lot better in brackish, and I may be wrong. I've never owned one, so I'm no mud skipper. Not the person to ask about mud skippers.
Probably got a bit to do with saltier water being better for osmosis, so they can absorb more oxygen through their skin, I guess, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I'll be right back, guys.
Zen got some from Jesse. I don't know if Jesse's still in here or not, but he could probably tell us. There he is. He just popped back in the nick of time. Jesse, are there any mud skippers that are capable of being completely freshwater, or are all of them brackish fish? He says he's known people that kept them in full fresh water. Kind of like that goby that Bob Steinpot bought back a while back that was supposedly the only freshwater goby in the world. he gets it in and starts researching it, and he kept it for a week in freshwater and just researching them. It ends up being a brackish water fish.
Yes, it'd be interesting to see. And yeah, I agree, Nath. Would be cool to have mud skippers. Jesus.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy one, Jesse, and keep it in fresh water. And I'd love to have some, but I just don't know what I want to deal with this brackish water itself.
I could just drive up the road a bit and get some. Oh, Nath, I'd start with 2 in a decent sized tank, but I'd aim to have them in a big circle concrete pool in the ground. I think would be best for those guys. Not necessarily a circle one, maybe like a riverbed pond to grow big marron in. That's what I'd like to do.
Sure, it's not that big a deal. I mean, I'm sure it's not that big a deal, Daniken. I got other projects that I want to do first. Really, is what it boils down to. Course, I guess as fish keepers, that's what keeps us going is future projects. I don't guess we ever get to a stopping point. Yeah, I heard you talking about that the other day, Daniken. You wanted your next project was going to be freshwater rays. I guess when I get my fish room built, I have a 33 long that is dying for some shell dwellers in it. That was going to probably be my first project. I talk too much. Either y'all are awful quiet. One of the two.
I'm trying to multitask, but I'm obviously not very good at it. What are they after, Teresa? Just people that are bringing in illegal fish, or people that are just keeping illegal fish? And by illegal, is it legal to keep native New Zealand fish, or Crikey. Is that one thing that they're ironing out, or is it just keeping of fish that aren't allowed from overseas? Yeah, fiberglass is very expensive, Nath. Be easier to find old jacuzzis and spa baths and silicon them all together.
Fiberglass is pretty expensive. That's what I said, Bob. I talk too much. Everybody else is being quiet. Y'all get tired of hearing me, just tell me shut up.
Shut up.
Oh, he's got the doggies in there with him.
They're used to being in bed by now. I just hurled my guts out because I'm not used to drinking so much.
I've got to get me a dog. I had a baby, and I've sent some of y'all pictures. That was a lab. I bought her as a puppy, pre-order. Waited on her 6 months to be born. Give good money for her. She was fully trained. Would do anything I asked her to. Would close the door behind her when she would come in the house. Wipe her feet on the rug. Open the refrigerator. Whatever I asked her to do. It didn't take me for like 2 days to teach her. And one day she got to limping, and I thought, well, it was one spring break or something. I was 4th of July week. I was off work for like a week, and I said, well, she's probably just sore because we've been outside. She's had more attention. She's probably just sore. Well, next week she had a knot come up on her shoulder, and I carried her to the vet, and he treated her with anti-inflammatories, and she didn't get any better, so I carried her back like 3 weeks later. Ended up being a really aggressive cancer. She lived 3 months. And that's been a year and a half, 2 years ago, and I just hadn't brought myself to get another dog yet.
What sort of dog was it?
It was a black lab female.
I think I'm getting ready to end it, guys. I need to have some sort of sleep before work tomorrow.
Sleep?
Yeah. Some people say they need their internet, you know.
Yes, Bob, I saw that fish as well. Can you send me one if you find them, please? The cow goby. Trending on Instagram now that Bob's mentioned it. That thing was wild looking. I'd have one of those any day.
Called a cow goby.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
But, I'm not sure if they use the what do you call it? Like from the camera angle and stuff that they used, it looked like quite a large fish, but I have a strange feeling that it's not actually as big as I think.
Probably not.
Based on Bob's latest comment.
It was a wild
Yeah,
looking
good.
fish. Like got a gray stripe down the top of his back and black on each side. Well, this one's brown on top. That one's gray. Yeah, I'm
All
gonna
right,
say
guys. I'm gonna be ending this thing soon. I'm not feeling that good. I drank too dang much.
Here's a woman, or I say it's a woman. I don't know.
I'll be back.
It looks like woman's hands, and she's holding it out flat, and it goes across both of her hands and overhangs her hands by about 3 inches. Looks like Blackie. So I'm gonna say it's a 15, 16 inch fish.
Yeah, well, maybe it was actually large in the picture that it looked, because I looked at it and I saw the word goby and I thought, that's clearly a lot bigger than it really is. But yeah, might not be big yet, but it'll get big by the sounds of it.
Yep.
Says you can house a single cow goby in a 75-gallon tank.
Later, Danny Ken.
All right, Danny Kenny, we'll see you soon, man. Thanks for
See you,
stopping in.
Kenny.
We might have to just how do you end it on Anthony's behalf? We can't. We'll just all be gone. Let him do a 10-hour stream.
He said he was coming right back. Well, he may go to sleep though.
Yeah.
I'll probably jump over to Chappie's stream for a little while. I don't know how long he'll go.
So he's still going, is he?
Probably
Yeah.
all night on him.
See if he's still going actually, or if it just says he is. No, he's still going.
All right, I'm getting another drink.
Don't trip, Blackie.
Right, well, I'm going to go anyway. I've got a few jobs I want to get done before the sun goes down, and it's going down.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait here and see if Anthony does come back. I hate for him to use up all his hours because he forgot to cut it off, but there's really nothing that I can do to stop it.
No.
I'll come back in a little while, and if he's still going, I'll message him. Try and wake him up.
Nathan's Fish Boy says he'll be live in an hour himself, so I'll probably see you there, Nathan's Fish Boy. I'll go over and hang out in Chappie's stream for a while, then I'll come back to your stream.
That was my concern, Jesse, because that's what he had to go and sort out. But anyway, I guess you guys will find out and let me know later. So I'll see you soon, eh?
See you, Blackie.
See you later, Blackie.
I'll see you tomorrow night.
All right. See you then.
All right. Griffin, you're not a very talkative person, are you? Are you just tired?
Tired. I don't know why. Sure, I woke up at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, I've been up.
My biggest problem is I'm used to working though.
I've been up since 4
Yeah.
this morning.
He's back. There you go.
Good. Glad you made it back, Anthony. We was worried about you.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna go hurl my guts out. I'm gonna end this one.
All right.
That's good. We're going. If you don't go to sleep, Nathan said. Nathan's. What is his channel name? Nathan's Fish Tank.
Fish
Nathan's
boy.
Nathan's Fish Boy.
Fish Boy. He said he'd be live in an hour, and Chappie's streaming now too.
Cool deal. All right, guys. Thanks for dropping in and all. Thank you, everyone in the chat.
You
Hope
are.
you get feeling
Have a
better,
good night.
Anthony.
Yeah.
See you.
See you.
Later.